and welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. So, what do we have going for today? Well, quick things. Um, Today is the third anniversary of the Tenkar's Tavern Facebook community. Yep, that means that just over 3 years ago, I started digging into the Gygax Memorial Fund, trying to figure out where the monies were going, how the monies were being spent, why the Who We Are page involved, I don't know, like 2 dozen people, of which 20 of whom had no idea they were involved with the project. A lot of things got cleared up, and a lot of things are still uh, obfuscated. A lot of things are still just not clear. Uh, yeah, I'll be kicking that tree again shortly. Why? Somebody has to, and honestly, nobody else seems to have the stomach to kick that tree, kick the Ken Whitman tree, kick the Karis Sharka tree. So I do it. It is something that I have found myself fairly skilled at. Go figure. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, Pex, my left hand on the Tenkar's Tavern Discord server, uh, asked a question in the general chat as to what folks' favorite mundane, non-magical items were. And of course, you've got the usual 10-foot pole, always a good one. You know, you can detect traps, you can knock items down, you can prod ahead, you can check the depth of a pool of water. There's a lot of things you can do with a 10-foot pole. So yeah, that's good. I like rope, silk, but not just because of the fact that it's rope. I can turn that rope. I can pull some of the twining off, some of the strands off. I can make a tripwire. You can turn that rope into a belt. It's a lot of things you can use rope for, especially when it's a silk type and it's fairly light. You have caltrops. I don't like caltrops. Why don't I like caltrops? They're a one-trick pony. You know, really, what are you going to do? You use caltrops, drop them behind you as the party's fleeing. Maybe your enemy steps on caltrops. The game effect generally is either slows them down or it does some damage, but you don't ever see anybody with caltrops in their feet, and you always see them are still running after you. It doesn't, and it's one trick. I'd rather use something like marbles or even pebbles. You know what? You put pebbles out there on the hard ground. It's not going to work on soft ground, but on hard ground, you put them out there in a dungeon, dimly lit dungeon. You'll slow down your enemy. They're going to slip and fall on pebbles. Marbles are nice. A lot of people like marbles. Marbles aren't going to stay in one place. And again, they're not going to be very effective on soft ground. Soft ground, yeah, I give caltrops the benefit of the doubt in that one. But marbles, however, can be rolled down hallways, rolled down stairs, especially metal ones. What you got to do with the marble is you make it a little bit less normal. You take the marble, you take a light spell. Yeah, maybe you got to continue a light spell, so you want to recover the marble afterwards, but you roll it down that hallway while you drop it down the stairs, and it'll light everything up. Sure, it's going to give away the idea that somebody's coming, but it's not going to give you up directly. It's give you up indirectly, as opposed to holding a light source. Mirrors. Metal mirrors are underrated. It allows you to peek around a corner, which is useful if you are relatively silent. If you are not a silent individual, it's not going to be of much use because they probably know you're coming anyway. But if you're relatively silent, you take the mirror, you poke around the corner. Maybe you have an idea of what's there, and they don't notice you. They don't see you yet. Not a bad gig. Again, mirrors. I personally think underused. They can be used to a great tactical advantage. I don't think you're going to use it to, you know, reflect a lightning spell, but peeking around corners, priceless. What else? If your characters are going in the wilderness, I'm going to tell you something that's often overlooked. Is a fishing pole. When your party settles down for the night and you're doing watch, usually if you're settling down for the night, having water at your back generally isn't a bad idea. It makes it harder for folks to sneak up on you. And put 2 or 3 fishing poles in the ground, standing up, a little bait, maybe a bobber on it. Maybe you're catching breakfast for the next day. I've never seen it done. I don't know why. I've seen a lot of characters claim, I'm going to go hunting. Well, good luck. You're thrashing through the woods or the underbrush. There's no game that's going to be close that you're going to be getting. But fish don't get scared away by that. Just an idea. Traveling in wintertime, snowshoes. Although I will say that traveling in the wintertime, using the weather charts from the Greyhawk box set, not the folio, which also I think we're in like 68 or 69 issue of the Dragon. I use those weather charts, and it's the one time I basically killed a campaign before the players actually got anywhere near the destination. They were trying to go to Temple of Elemental Evil, and it was winter, and I rolled a blizzard. I think dropped like 4 feet of snow. Yeah, I killed the party in the middle of nowhere. Not proud of it, but it was one of my earlier TPKs, and it's the only TPK that was never done by the adventure itself or creatures within or a trap. They got killed by the weather. So, go figure. Listen, I'm sure there's a lot more mundane items that we can think of that are useful. I mean, heck, knife is multi-purpose in a lot of ways. Heavy knife can also act as an axe, cut down small saplings, so you can build quick shelters, yada yada. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think my uses are bullshit. That's fine. Tell me yours, and tell me about the items that you would add to this list. Listen, I barely touched it, so please add to it. All right, folks. That is it for today. I bid thee good night. Yeah, this episode's going up late. I had some unscheduled events that came up today, so sneaking this one in before the wire. Stay safe. Stay warm, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere. It's been getting cold. God bless. Roll your dice well. And I will talk with you all tomorrow.